Just double check audio is all good before we get going. Alright then, hello everybody and welcome to BRL Season 12 Round 4 here at Spa-Francorchamps. We put it as Belgium in the title just so it's not too long and for our thumbnail as well. But we have a full grid turnout for this race, which is brilliant to see. We've got a few people who you can definitely recognise from previous races obviously. We had quite a few new drivers in from the last race round Imola, obviously. Mucho Capo, we had SFSB French, we had Budget Bruce, but we have got one familiar face from a little while ago. It is Chiatku, someone who's not raced here for a little while, but has decided, you know what, we're going to give it a go around Spa today. The shortest set of laps on this 50% race here, it is only 22 laps overall. But despite that, obviously, a shorter amount of laps usually means a longer race lap. And definitely here, yeah, it's definitely no different. You got to think about it. It's almost in the just over 1 minute 40s, I feel like we're going to see for our pole time. I'm going to probably say low 141s. I'm expecting like a 41.1. Could get into the 40s, definitely. But I felt I might need a tow or some very magical lap from someone. So we're just going to wait and see. But I'm thinking probably the average lap here, 42s, 43s. I think that's what's going to be mostly in the midfield for this race. However, though, yeah, with a long lap comes a long track, just over 7 miles or 7 kilometers, I believe, 1 to 2. I believe it's 7 kilometers. Do not quote me on that one, but I believe it's 7 kilometers because I think it's just over the limit by about 3 meters to actually be in regulations of how long an F1 track's meant to be, just in case you didn't know that. But Spa, obviously, because it's literally 3 meters and it's been on Canada for God knows how long at this point, it gets a pass, and that really makes sense, to be honest. I mean, unfortunately, it's a little bit of lagging over here, a bit of a jolting from this Williams Cadon, but yeah, actually someone else who hasn't raced, I believe, in the past few races, but Cadon's back in the Williams, so we'll be seeing him first off on his lap, and hopefully he's not too choppy. Don't believe, yeah, B French on an intermediate lap, so it's not really going to be representative. But this one will be the first representative lap we have a look at here, and into turn 1 after this short DRS zone here. Normally many moves will be made into turn 1, I feel like, because you have this really long run. Obviously you have the source here, which is pretty decent, but yeah, this long run here, even up Rouge and Radon, you may see more moves made there than down into turn 1, unless DRS isn't enabled on the first lap. I believe that's what's going to happen, because honestly, this Kennel Straight with DRS and maybe some ERS in your pocket is far too quick to really defend from. So I think people will obviously sit behind the DRS zone and then think about it. But yeah, now into the Com Chicane, looking pretty nice, 7K on so far. Oh, that doesn't look very nice, so I've already jinxed him, and he is half round. I don't think he'll continue this lap, so we're going to look at our Henson. No, he's on a lap. He's on an out lap. Never mind. Who is next? Let's have a quick look. Bria Harris isn't. Looks like a Ferrari on out lap now, so we just couldn't wait. As Caleb's kind of ruined that one though, to be honest for us. But no, our Josh here, he is on a lap. So we're going to have a look now. So obviously, picking up back where we left off here, there's no mistakes now from Josh. I looked pretty nicely done there. And now, this is really the downhill section of Sector 2. Every corner here starts to go downhill. Obviously, gone through Jackie's corner right there. And we're going to now head plunging down towards who on here. If people are brave, this is not a lift whatsoever. But Josh decides for the first lap, he'll just make sure he makes it within track limits. Obviously, you don't want to go too wide, obviously. and invalidate your lap. This is probably the trickiest sector. My God, this is probably the trickiest section of Sector 2 here. Very, very fast flowing. I want to say a chicane, but definitely some fast flowing corners. Obviously, because it goes right and left. I assume it's a chicane, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, anyway, though, that pretty much rounds up Sector 2. As we go into Sector 3, basically just a long run to the final bus-up chicane, and Josh here pretty much just needs to make sure he does not lock any of the tyres or climb on the curb a bit too much or spin on the exit. Any of those three things he does, he almost spins on the exit of the first corner and almost spins on the exit of the second one. So I'm pretty much cursing there, but a 43.8 will definitely be getting beaten almost immediately, I feel like. But yeah, definitely looked like more of a warm-up lap for him there. There's Aiden and Blackbone, he was across the line, but not anymore. The Sheep Meals, I believe, is the first across the line, who's going to set another lap to challenge. Josh is one. Across the line he goes, 41.7. Yeah, definitely where I expect the first bank laps to be. Obviously, I said low 41s, or maybe, just maybe into the 40s, if people do have that toe. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Aiden comes up for a time in P2 currently, but obviously a little more to do there at the minute. Hazard looks to be going into pits as well. Who else is going to be finishing up their laps? I don't know. Budget Bruce looks like he's going to be finishing up his lap in a minute. Let's go and see, is he able to get ahead of D-Move there? Who actually has had a bit of a stinker lap there, to be honest. D-Move with a 46.7. Not really on the pace there. But anyway, though, Budget Bruce comes across the line. He's at 45 to be here. Definitely for D-Move standards, that is not on the pace of what he'd like anyway. Skills and looks to be done with Sector 1. City of Drama trying to get a really nice toe behind the Williams here. But the Williams also might be on a lap here. I might be wrong. No, he definitely backs out the end of it. Might go a little bit of dirty air there, but City Drama getting a lovely toe at the minute. That V-car, I do not know is on a lap. Might be Budget Bruce going for a second lap. So that might be a bit harmful for City Drama here, or might be D-Move. Yeah, it might be D-Move. So D-Move might need to try and get out of the way here of City Drama ASAP, as that was our Henson there going into P3, was P3 anyway though, replaced to P2 by Rio Harris. But at the minute, well, Sheep Mills is second and a half clear. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe people are making mistakes in their first laps, I'm not too sure. But this is interestingly slow from some people at the minute. I mean, Rio Harris definitely needs to be up there a bit more. D-Move definitely needs to be up there too. Josh, I feel like, could also get a bit more up there. Musha Capital 151. Like, what is going on? You know, a lot of people here are not really setting the times that you'd think at the minute. I mean, the CFCA Drama does it on his lap. He definitely had purple Sector 1 there because he had an almighty toe. But I think his Sector 2 there was severely hindered because, look, I mean, yeah, D-Move right now is still on the back of him. And he's got no deploy anymore, has CA Drama. So D-Move actually might come back at him here. Let's have a look. No, he's going to realise that I've got to sort of back out here because he's just going so slowly. But he's got a little bit ruined on that final chicane there. Let's see what CA Drama does, as that was Wisburn there going up to P2. CA Drama, yeah, definitely had a bit of a rough second sector there. He only goes P9 in the end of things. Shiaku goes 2 places behind him in P11. And we're looking at B French here now, who I believe will finish this lap. I don't think there's anything else he needs to do. Ooh, a bit of a slide though, I believe, from B French. Another slide there. So, yeah, boy, use as well. Let's see where he goes. 45.9, not amazing, but obviously gets him ahead of D-Move there for now, and Mucha Kappa, but he is on a lap currently 2. Hazard looks to be on an out lap, or Henson, is he on another lap at the minute? I'm not too sure. Looks like he's going to be either coming in this lap. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's coming in this lap. No worries from him. Blackburn on an out lap. Looks to be next up. I am not too sure that is actually. I have no idea. It might be an Alpine or Rio Harris, I believe. Might be back-to-back laps here, actually, from Rio Harris. Yeah, 2 laps on the tyres. So he's definitely going to go again, because currently the gap to P1 and P2 is about 9 tenths. So, yeah, definitely needs some improvements from some people. Jack going well for the track, then making sure he's avoiding everybody. Someone also went quicker there. I'm not too sure who it was. Was it Lucio Capo? Yes, it was. He went to P9. Jack's now got to try and rejoin safely, and he's going to do exactly that. So nothing too bad so far. But yeah, at the minute, we're just waiting for a few more people to set laps, and that's Kane on a bit wide into the gravel. Blackburn there with 30.9 first sector, so he's losing quite a lot of time that first sector. At least from the one I saw with Cia John, I think he had a 30.4, which is a pretty crazy first sector, I believe. So, I mean, actually, let's have a quick look at the sector 1 times here while we're here. I want to say that it's, yeah, blowout here for CA Drama, but let's have a look. 30.5 then. No, Josh actually got the fastest first sector, 30.4 as well. Yeah, 30.4. I mean, CA Drama pretty much has got the second quickest first sector, but yeah, not really the time to show for it there, down all the way in P10. Colpillar here looks to be doing his lap here as well as Caden goes P15. Colpillar goes up to P10. A bit of a gulf between him and CA Drama, but definitely he will improve. We did see quite a few mistakes on CA Drama's lap, so we'll just wait and see when he improves. Has apparently a pub middle sector. Not sure if that's real or not, but he's definitely flying if that's the case. Let's have a quick look though. It's actually, I think Rio Harris will come across the line here. Let's have a quick look. What he does on the used tyres goes still P3. 5.5 tenth improvement there, but yeah, still only third. Blackbone up into second there. He's had some horrendous qualifying recently, but that is brilliant stuff from Blackbone into Kick Sauber. Let's see where Hazard goes. Only P14 in a minute. I mean, definitely thought there was a bit more with the the second sector being purple, but that might not have been true. I don't know. Obviously, just want to make sure of these things, because they might have some absolute miracle laps sometimes. You never know. But yeah, unfortunately, Hazard easily down quite a bit at the minute. Kadom also looks to be going on a lap, as with the Exotic Swords also on a lap as well. So, saw quite a few people mixing and matching at the minute with when they do their times. That's very wide for Kadom, grasping his tyres, going from the first chicane towards the second, and he just will not have any front end grip. If that's the case, yeah, 7 tenths down. He should probably be coming in this lap. I don't think he'll finish this one, unless there was some really bad improvement, really big improvement to be found in the final sector there. Don't know, but yeah, obviously just got to make sure of that one. Blackburn obviously still in P2, but Rashid, yeah, it is quite clear here. This was the sort of banker I thought was going to happen from Rose or anyone else, but Rose in a minute, he's just only on his out lap, so yeah, we'll wait and see what he's going to be doing. But yeah, I definitely thought more people have been doing lap times close to Rashid here in a minute. 8 tenths back is kind of madness at the minute. I mean, it's not looking too great. In all honesty, it's not. But yeah, not mattering for the minute though, because obviously the race can change everything here. You never know. I think Budget Bruce actually started, yeah, he started a lap there. I thought he did another lap then, but nope, he is just continuing on. D-Move now apparently has a problem with the sector, and that I think was a lot quicker there. Let's see it now, as he is 5 seconds down on Rashik in a minute, but obviously you can tell he's going to go quicker right now. I believe there was Exotic Swords there going up into P12, so nothing crazy to report there from the Aston Martin side, at least for the minute. But let's see it now. D-Move around the final 2 corners. Will this be a lap time up close to Rashik Wheels? It definitely is. Only 2 tenths off there now. This is getting a bit more competitive here as Josh off the track. Looks like probably made a mistake somewhere there as Rose goes past, I believe, on his out lap. Yeah, who else coming on laps a minute? I believe Rashik actually was on another lap when we were looking at him initially, and he is. That is flat out through Paul there. He was already 700 something. Just going to get rid of that spectator menu now. I think it's a bit less needed here as we look at the gaps to P1. I don't believe anyone ahead of him is on a lap a minute. I mean, that is Chiaku. Yeah, Chiaku in the Ferrari. Oh, but that's wide from Rashik, and that is going to be lap over 3.5 tenths. So let's go find something magical. I mean, he's got a toe off the back of the Ferrari for a little second, but I don't think that's going to really be making up 3 tenths going into this final sector once again. Unless he has some big issues. Let's see. Rashik Mills, will he come into the pits, or will he do this last section here? Let's have a look. No, comes into the pits. Ooh, almost decks into the wall, but he should be completely fine. Whizbang on lap 2 there, as Exotic Swords looks like he's coming to the pits for one more lap. Budget Bruce, I actually believe he just improved to go 14th there. I might be wrong, but I believe he did. Chatku also looks like he's trying to improve here as well. Rose trying to improve, obviously on last place at the minute. So let's see how he does. I mean, obviously we've not really seen Rose at all, but realistically, he's cut this fine at the minute. I mean, he's realistically got either this one lap and has to absolutely rush it back to the pits in time, or he quickly goes back into the pits and then does something else. But at the minute, it's going quick. 13.9 that was by the time set in the middle sector. So let's have a quick look. What is he going to do once he comes up to the line? I don't know who that is in front. It might be the Alpine of CA Drama. But he's on an outlap at the minute. Rose might encounter a bit of traffic here. No, it's a Williams. I do not know who, but it's sort of getting in Rose's way here. He's fighting the steering wheel. Let's see what it is, though. 41.9. It's not enough to go on the front row, so he needs to quickly get back to the pits ASAP if he wants any form of lap. Or unless he's filled up for 2 laps, I don't know. But obviously, that's going to be much less grippy tyres now. So let's wait and see what he does. Chiaku is not on a lap at the minute. Kadon is on a lap, and I think Mucha Kappa actually is also on a lap there at the minute. Let's see. 7 tenths up. I'm not believing these middle sectors anymore. I think Rose is very competitive, but I don't think people are beating these that quickly. So, anyway, though, at the minute, Mucha Kappa, I think, is on course for a P8 if he keeps the improvements going. Let's see it now. He might even jump into P7 if he's got that little bit more time to find in that final sector. Let's see it now. Only 3 minutes left. Mucha Kappa is going to come across the line in a second. Not really near pole position. Let's see, though. It's only P10. He lost a few tenths in that final sector. Oh, and that was Josh, I think, actually going well over the curve. Not too sure what happened there. But, yeah, already, though, the final laps are starting. See Jama trying his best to improve in a minute, but he's 2.5 tenths down. Hazard trying his best to improve in a minute. Used quite a lot of battery actually already. Let's see who else is on the lap. Kadon, a 10.5 up. Let's see what he does here. That was a lot of understeer again. 3.5 tenths up, so not looking too bad. Hazard a 10.5 up as well, but they'll be fighting that car through the start of the second sector. Let's watch Kadon though, as I believe he'll be the one the first to cross the line for his final lap, and there's also Mercedes well on. Is that Rose? Just well, that is definitely Rose. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's been disqualified. He started last. So, yeah, Rose, after maybe trying to fuel for 2 laps or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, he's last. Zach Prince back went up to P3. Kadon goes to 14th now. Would have been 50, but obviously Rose's disqualification not helping him too much. Hazard taking a lot of the curve and more on his tyres there. Let's see what he does. In terms of time-wise, he's 3.5 tenths up, so maybe he can find any sort of improvement to maybe get ahead of CJ Drama, the man he's actually having to go past on this final lap, unless something bad happens here. I believe everyone else in front is on an outlap at the minute. So yeah, let's see now. CJ Drama will need to get out of the way of Hazard here, and he's going to do exactly that. Let's see though. Hazard into the final corner. This will be his last lap. The floor is completely used. Let's see now. Rotate the car around the final corner. What is the lap time going to be? It is only P17 for Hazard there, and other people behind will probably improve. The SFSB French will probably improve here. Chiaku obviously in the pit, so he's not going to go again. And we're going to see now the final laps for some people here. Josh already nearly done this final lap. Mucho Capo just making it to the line there to start his final one. And obviously the top 5 here, none of us started their laps yet, but obviously some of them are going to start very, very soon. Dimu already has started his. Let's see Josh's though. Only 2 tenths up in a minute. This is a big field spread. All things considered. It's for Sheep Meals versus Dimu at the minute. And Rose, obviously disqualified, but yeah, 4 seconds covering this field at the minute. That is a lot. But yeah, Josh's final lap, he's only P7. Nothing too much to write home about there for the Red Bull driver. Who else is going on their laps now? Let's see. Aiden was about, I think, a 10th up there. Actually, these guys didn't even make it to the line here. Let me just double check this. Quite a lot of people are still on outlaps here. That yellow flag in sector 3 is not really telling me too much. I don't know how much time is left, but I think some people got to really have a hurry up here. Yeah, 20 seconds left. Some people might not make it to the flag. Chiaku definitely won't. B French might only just. Who else could not make it? Budget Bruce. I don't think he's making it. Exotic only just makes it. I think all the people here want a tow at the minute, but it's just not really happening for some people. Aiden's 5.5 tenths up. Let's see if he can jump ahead of Rio Harris, as he's going to be one of the first across the line. I believe that is a V-carb of Budget Bruce. Yeah, he didn't make the flag. So let's see now. Aiden won the first across the line. Let's see what his time is. He goes up to P3. Lovely lap there from Aiden. Henson 7 tenths down. Is he going to find any sort of improvement here? No, he's pretty frustrated with himself there. You can see it. Has, I think, maybe went back laps. He did not. So he's not going to go any quicker. CA Jama's quite far behind as well. He's not going to go any quicker. Chiaku, he's done. He's not going any quicker than that, but he just had someone passing there. Exotic also having someone maybe hinder him there. At the minute, as Dimu is a few tenths up, but I think he got hindered a bit by the AI of Chiaku, so it wasn't Chiaku's fault, but it might be hindered by it. Let's have a look now. Round the final corner, D-move to the line. He's not going to get it here, but let's see who else is going. Rio Harris ain't going. He's in P6 maximum here. And let's see now, Blackbone 6/10 up, and he's lost it. Obviously, he was on a validated lap there, so realistically, no more improvements going to come out of that. But yeah, Blackbone's going to get out of the way before anything happens to him. Anyway, Rio Harris has got out of the way of people. Let's see who else is going at the minute. Wisman, I believe, is 10.5 up. Josh looks like cut the corner there, probably to avoid everybody. Skills down also going well. Cold Pillow up to 10. Let's see who else is going now. I believe that's McLaren there. Skills down? No, it's not. It's Rashik Mills. Let's see what he's doing across the line. Have a look. 4.5 up. What is a time of 41.4? That is a lovely time there from him. Wisburn goes into the second row and in P3 in the end of it. But yeah, let's see who else is going to be on laps now. Exotic Source, which is the last person really improved, and he's only 13th. So yeah, crazy stuff. But Rashik Mills on pole again. And, well, I mean, I think the craziest thing about that is the field spread. 4.5 seconds in the end, that was. Crazy stuff. I don't know what that was. But yeah, just don't know what to say, really. But yeah, anyway, though, Rashik Mills on pole, 41.4. Dio, the only other person, the 41.7 or 41.8, apparently got held up in the last sector 2. Wisbone, a full second off, but in P3, and Aiden lines at P4. Blackbone right next to his teammate there in P5, and Rio Harris only P6 for this race. Josh P7, Skills Stan P8, Kodod P9, Colpillo running out the top 10. Our Henson P11, Rucha Capo and Exotic Swords P12 and P13, Kate on P14, Budget Bruce P15, Sia Jean P16, Hazard P17, B French P18, Chiaku P19, and Rose with disqualification in the end of it starts last here. So let's have a look-see. What is this race going to hold for us? I don't know if there's going to be any rain at all. I'm not sure if anyone's really said that. But anyway, though, we're going to have to wait and see what strategies are here. Obviously, I think medium-hard or hard-medium are the strats. Probably my box around lap 8 to 9 if you're on the medium tyres or on the hard tyres. Probably around lap 13, I want to say. Very tight with the strategies here. You could also do softs, I believe. Lefty looks like quite overcast here. So definitely being a little cold will help this out, I believe. Tyre will be a little less in the cold conditions. It's a bit harder to warm up the front tyres. Let's have a look now. Anyway, though. Yeah, apparently a few people also spanned that final quality lap there. Oh, Henson there. Said he should have been P7, but he spanned, so he's only down 11th there. We saw Blackman spin as well on the final corner. But yeah, let's see, though. I think the best thing we're going to see now is the Salvers. I think they're going to have to really try and work together here. P4 and P5, they've got a great chance of trying to leapfrog anyone here in the standings. Let's see it, though, as we go towards 5 red lights for round 4 BRL Season 12. And the lights go out here, and Rashik Mills looks like he's got a pretty decent start there, but Wisman's got an amazing one, and he's already trying to get ahead of Rashik. There's a little bit of contact there. Wisman goes half off. There might have been a closing gap that he was trying to go into, and he is off. Down into P8, bit of contact there, further behind as well. Quite a few people ghosted, but Rashik Mills is away, and Blackphone up into P2. Dino in P3, breaking the kick Sauber deadlock in a minute, but Rio Harris having a great start as well, up into P4. Is anyone else having any sort of moves here? Upper Rouge and Brownie on? I don't believe so. But let's have a quick look at everything here. Looks like Rio Harris really trying to find the move there on D-move, but nothing is going to happen here. Any moves further back, maybe 2x2. No one trying to think of a move here. Into Lecom, nothing is going to happen. And Rashik Mills is about 8/10 clear of Blackbone already. Both on the medium tyres. D-move getting pretty much pushed around these corners here by Rio Harris. D-move on the hard tyres. Yellow flag though, and that is Rose. Rose, I believe, is round, and Chiaku. So either one of them may have had some crashes, I'm not too sure. But both of them are round. Rio Harris trying to keep going with the pressure on D-move. Cold Pillow past Josh there, who is quite wide. Henson might want to take that move, and he does take that move here. Definitely the dirty air here, a bit of Cold Pillow, but he's going to move up to P9 regardless here. At the minute, Blackbone is over a second behind on Rashik Mills. This is what we wanted to kick Sauber. Yeah, teammates is really trying to do here, but Aiden on the hard tyres, he wasn't able to really get the launch he wanted, and he is down a few positions after, I think, being P3 at some point at the start of that race. But yeah, here we go. Mix of mediums and hards across the whole grid here. Let's see if anyone else is going to try and make a move. There is a bit of moves down here. Bit of contact between Budget Bruce, Exotic Swords as well. Let's have a quick look. Someone also messaged how's the league going there. Doing all right on the BRL account as well. I'm assuming that's Carter. I don't know, but yeah, we're just going to wait and see if they say anything else about that one. Anyway, though, Hazard looks like he's gone past Kodor there, and CA Drama looks like he's struggling a bit here. Ghost at the minute. I'm not sure if he got hit or something, but yeah, he is down there. And ghosting in a minute, but yeah, here we go. D-move already making a move there on Blackbone. He's going to get past here. Blackbone trying to use some BRS, but Rio Harris also trying to go for a move here on the inside. Will Blackbone see it? He's trying to go round the outside, turns to the inside here, but Rio Harris swoops round there to claim P3 and set his sights now on D-move here. But anyway, though, Blackbone down to P4, Aiden in P5, so they're pretty much where they started again. Just unfortunate for them, a few positions back from where they were after lap 1. Anyway, though, not really too much else going on at the minute. Obviously, quite a few people in the DRS range, but we'll have a quick look at, well, I'm going to say, here we go. Let's have a quick look. Rio Harris here, for example, up 3 places. Whisper down 3 places. Budget Bruce and Hazard, I think, having the best starts of the lot, as with Rio Harris. Budget Bruce also up 3 places on the hard tyres, actually, which is pretty impressive. Hazard, I think, is the same. Yeah, 4 places on the hard tyres, too. So, unfortunately, actually, see a drama here. He's losing more positions. I don't know why. He just continues to go, so I'm not sure what's going on. But, yeah, interesting stuff here. He's down to P16, but on the hard tyres. So, obviously, they're going to lose out initially. Rose also not really making too much moves at the back of the pack. Chiaku definitely a bit further back there as well. I think he had a bit of an issue when I was spectating the top guys during that one, and we didn't really see what happened to it. But there is a bit of gaps starting to form here, even in the DRS stuff here. There's about 5-6 tenths between most people here at the minute. Dirty Air around this track is pretty impactful from Sector 2, but then everyone else is going to have that DRS range, so DRS can go open there. Chiaku with the 3-second penalty there. First off, Mucho Capo trying to fight CA Drama here, but not really finding any sort of gap there on the inside. Don't think there's going to be any other moves here other than these guys. So let's have a look now. Kodoy actually trying to make a move. He goes a bit wide there, but Hazard looks like he's have no battery. He does not have a single bit of battery really left here. Trying to catch back up into DRS. Kodoy's going to do that for him, but Hazard now needs to stick with Kodoy throughout the rest of this lap, and hopefully Kodoy can stick there. It's Cold Pillow is wide and off the track onto the gravel. Not sure there's any contact there, or he's just half lost it, but that's going to promote a few people up to more places. Kodoy there on the inside trying to go for it too. Has to try and capitalise early on if he can, but he can't. And Kodoy though trying to go for a bit of a switchback here. Let's have a look and see. Let's see it on the inside into pool. And let's have a look. Will he back out? He will back out. Definitely the wisest thing there to do from Kodoy, but a few people right there behind, they're definitely running wide out the exit there, and Hazard trying to think of a move on the inside. He's going to absolutely chop him off there. Kodoy trying to leave the space, but he's had a bit of a moment. Hazard goes right through there, and Kodoy's on the track again, and he's trying to find any sort of tarmac to put his car on, but unfortunately for him, there's just nothing really to go for. Rose now past CA Drama there, almost contact, but nothing's happened between the two so far. Yeah, Kodoy really upset with himself, probably trying to get a few positions here. He's going to go on the attack here on K-Dom, and I don't know if he's going to be able to find a way through here at the minute. Rose also trying to watch this fight, see where he can go, but not really anything happening here. See John with a move and a half down the inside on Rose, so he's managed to somehow pull that one off. I don't know how, but Rose probably trying to be a bit conservative there, obviously thinking of later on in the race, doesn't want to damage his wing early on. C.A. John trying to outbreak him again. This is a bit rude here with C.A. John, but it is enough space given, and it's very close to the exit here. I think Rose has to back out on this one, and Mucho Capo now trying to think about any sort of move here past the pair of them. Let's have a quick look. I don't think anything else is going to be happening though at front, other than Whisper maybe trying to make a move. No. Henson gets past Josh here because he's got no DRS. He's fallen out with it, definitely. Let's see, anyone else behind? Rose trying to get past CA Drama now. It looks like he's going to be able to do it here, but CA Drama being a bit stubborn, unfortunately for him though, it's not going to work, and Mucho Capo is now waiting in the wings behind him. There's a bit of a wide moment there for K-Dom too. But yeah, everything's calmed down just that little bit here at the minute. Rashik pulling away a bit from D-Move out in front. Rio Harris, Blackbone, also DRS at the minute, but Aiden on the hard tyres, not really finding any luck with his pace for a minute. K-Dom picks up 3-second penalty. Not really surprised because the last time we saw him, he was off the track completely. But anyway, though, Hazard in B13 trying to find a way past Cole Pillow. Not really doing too much at the end of the day. Probably going to have to wait until the back straight at least. So let's see it though. Anyway though, Henson sort of forming a little bit of a mini train here behind himself with these few. And then we also have Cole Pillow forming a big train, pretty much the end of the field there. Exotic Swords trying to go for a move on Josh here. Let's see, is he going to send it down on the inside? He is not. Josh, remember though, on the hard tyres. So he has already tried to stick a DRS, but yeah, he's still susceptible to the guys on the medium tyres. You can tell there, he's gone well wide. And lost a lot of traction out of that corner. Let's see now. Out ahead, there's a bit of contact. Josh wide, and that might be a bit rude there from Exotic. Maybe trying to cover him off. But Josh just was still there, so maybe that's going to get talked about by the end of things. Exotic probably moved just a little bit too early there into the first turn. Wizfern here trying to get past Aiden. He's going to probably do that one ASAP here, and he does. Skills down, does get DRS, but he's burnt a lot of his battery there, so he's going to have to wait probably a lap or two more for anything else to happen. Budget boost in P11 though, and Rose and Kado are fighting here at the minute. Rosenberg trying to go for a move on Kodoy, but Kodoy not really phased at the minute so far anyway. Josh off as well into the gravel. I'm not too sure how it's happened, but he is off on the hard tyres, and this is going to be third last here for the Red Bull. Not really too surprised this is our first retirement here, because I'm not sure there's any damage, but on the hard tyres and this far back, if you're not B-French Chiaku, it's pretty likely you'll not be able to find any more reason to continue in this race. Obviously you might have a safety car in the end, but I don't know really how common a safety car is now, because obviously it's a track where quite a lot of the rules have been extended on previous games. So yeah, not really too sure what is going on, but anyway though, Rashid Mills is 3 seconds clear now of D-Move, and Rio Harris and Blacklow are trying to really punish him for it, but nothing's happening. A minute, Caden looks to be also round, and that is a potential safety car here. Let's have a look, as he's definitely damaged the wing on his car. Let's have a quick look. Caden looks to be all okay. Chiaku will probably go past it as well, but he's definitely ghosted out at the wrong time. Let's see the fight for the last place. Caden really trying to squeeze it there, but he definitely realised last minute that Chiaku was coming through no matter what, and he is through up into P19. Caden body into box. He might retire from the race, I'm not too sure, but we're just going to wait and see. The other flag once again, is that Josh again into turn 1? I'm not sure what's happened. No, he's spun at the last corner now. I don't know what is happening to Josh, but he is just not having a fun time out there. He might have rear wing damage or something of the like. I don't know what it is, but he is just struggling out there, as our Henson is now passed by Exotic Swords, so he's down into P9, Exotic up into P8. Rose also trying to make a move on Hazard here. Let's see it now on the inside. Hazard, I think we'll just let that one go. Yes, he does. Kodoy behind, trying to make some sort of thing work there. Hazard goes a bit wide. Kodoy trying to go on the outside of him. He just has to yield there. We're watching from the back of Rose here. I think they're going to fall a bit too far away now, because yeah, Kodoy's still trying to find a way past. He just isn't really able to. He's a bit of a snap there too. I think Rose is now going to set his sights for Colpillo ahead, and we're going to have to wait and see when he makes that move. Not really if he makes that move. Rose looking really good on them tyres at the minute. That was Josh again having a spin at the com. I can tell on the mini-map there now. Not sure what's happened to him, but he might have just had some sort of wing damage, something of the like. I don't know what it is, but unfortunately for him, he is pretty much out of this race. Still don't know if there's going to be any possible rain for this race. I do not know. But if there is, it's, yeah, sort of kind of warranted here. It's quite overcast in it, but definitely a little bit bright in some places as well. If we're going to see rain, I'm likely going to say last few laps of this race, so we're going to wait and see if that rain is going to come, if it is even there in the first place. Anyway though, D-Move here, still carrying on. Exotic Sword pits quite early there. Yeah, only lap 7, he's coming into the pits. Interesting stuff. I'm assuming he's just put on some mediums or hard tyres, trying to go for a 2-stop strategy. Let's have a look. Yeah, hard tyres. I mean, I don't know if he's really take them to the end either. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, Reno Harris, really trying to make a move on D-Move here? No, nothing really going for Reno Harris. I thought he tried to dump the battery there, see how he can get by with the clean air, but no, nothing really for now. Cole Pillar though looks to try and defend from Rose. Will Rose try and make a move here into the common, pretty much equal braking. Josh retirement session in the pit lane. He is our first retirement, and Rose gets past Cole Pillar here up into the top 10 positions here now. Hazard has also been passed by Kodoy while we were looking at that Rose Coppola thing, unless it was done earlier, I'm not too sure. But either way, Kodoy is ahead of the Haas, and Hazard needs to probably still find any more pace in these older tyres now, because I think he's probably going to go quite long into this race. If he can find any pace now to try and pass one or two more people, then it'll be quite nice for him by the end of things, just through the session after what can only be really described as a bit of a nightmare 7 laps of Spa for him. So yeah, his car has now been cleared up and we are all back free to race. But interestingly enough, from Rashid Mills, it looks like a bit of a Sunday drive at the minute. I mean, 3.4 seconds clear, and he hasn't really even done any pit stops, nothing like that. Not really seen a mistake from Rashik either. D-Move obviously on the hard tyres. Oh, Blackman is very, I don't know what to say. It's very, yeah, very bad on the rear tyres there. Our Henson in after only 7 laps as well. Yeah, quite a few people are probably feeling the tyre wear. Budget Bruce on the hards in after that amount of time as well. So maybe he's going for a 2-stop too. Our Henson probably going to go in for a set of hard tyres just in case. Yeah. If he wants to go and do the 1-stop, then it is available to him. Budget Bruce has to go on a set of mediums or hards, so either way he'll be doing a 2-stop. Because the mediums are going to last 15 laps, so I doubt it. I mean, some people said maybe take him to about lap 9, but yeah, other than that, not really too much else going to happen to him. CA John, though, going to go right past Hazard here, as Mucho Capo also waiting a bit in the wings here, but he's a bit far behind to capitalise on anything that happens during this race. Hazard here down into P12, but CA John has an awful few corners. I mean, does his damn best to keep ahead of Hazard here. Not sure what's happening though, he just had some awful corners through the start of sector 2, and Hazard is still right in the back of him here. I think he's going to be kind of mulling over that, not really being able to fend off CA Jama. He's going to try and turn on the overtake here, going towards Puon, but CA Jama knows what he's trying to do. He's going to do the same thing. He doesn't get a great line though through there, as Kodoy ahead actually picks up a 3-second penalty. Hazard still surrounded by people with only track limits here. Right now, Kodoy also having a bit of a struggle sesh up here on the mediums, so I think actually mediums are really dropping off more than what people were expecting here. Let's see what Rashik does. Stays out in a minute, but what about the others right now? Demon pulls the pits, 8 laps and hards, he's done. So yeah, I think maybe a lot of people here are trying to 2-stop on the hard tyres initially because there's too much wear. It's not what I can think of here at the minute, because yeah, P2 has fallen 4 seconds behind Rashik right now, and they haven't really got anything else to do about it. I mean, obviously Demon comes in for a set of medium tyres. Blackburn also comes in for a set of medium tyres, so he'll be planning maybe a soft stint at the end of the race or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, always very leery though out that first exit there. Backs off a little bit to get DRS2 there, so pretty smart there from Blackburn. Unfortunately for Hazard, he's not going to get any sort of assistance here up over Rouge and Radion. Look, Blackburn's already caught him here, and he's going to get DRS here and sail past on the Haas there. But right now, looks like Haas are in a decent spot at the minute. I mean, Hazard, obviously, yeah, championship leaders right now, at least constructor championship leaders. I think McLaren might actually do some crazy stuff here and take them, because Rashik Mills in P1, Skills are doing great in P5 as well. These are some brilliant, it's a brilliant lineup here at the minute, because they are doing really well. Obviously, D-Move here was ahead of them, and so was Blackburn, so Skills down down in the midfield, but yeah, crazy stuff. Kodoy also looks to be past Hazard, or Blackburn was that? Oh no, Blackburn probably actually got past Kodoy there. Going towards Puon. Kodoy really struggling on the hard tyre. Hazard can see it up ahead. Probably why he got that 3-second penalty in the end of it. Missing quite a few apexes as well. Not really finding the exit he needs on some of them as well. Rashik Niels comes in though. Rio Harris decides to stay out. Wisman also comes in. I believe this will be the time if people want a 1-stop to see Rashik onto a set of hards. That makes perfect sense. He'll probably do a 1-stop now to the end of this race. The other person I think could be a bit worrying here, Henson. I don't know if he's going to be able to do a 1-stop here, but he's at least tried leaving it open. Skills and at the same time as his teammate. Look like he got held up a slight bit there, but he's also on the hard tyres. He's going to go to the end of this race and probably come out in about P12, I want to say. once all these pit stops have come through. Definitely probably behind our Henson's turn 1. Maybe behind Budget Bruce, I'm not too sure. But we're very close. Yeah, we'll see it now. Into turn 1. Nothing really for Skills to worry about. I think Budget Bruce actually will maybe do something to worry about down the straight actually. But we'll wait for a second on that one. Whisper, no. Looking to make a move on Kodoi. Hasn't getting DRS as well. Yeah, just not really having the battery to do anything with it, however. Because Kodoi is definitely closing up. Going backwards actually towards Hazard. But Hazard just sort of finding any way to get past him at the minute. Anyway, though, Rashik Mills getting a bit frustrated, I feel like, here behind Rose. Obviously, safety car here can change the entire race. Rashik will go from leading down to possibly P3, well, maybe P4. But no, Rose looks like he's just letting by there. Rashik definitely not in his race at the minute. Rose obviously starting from the back of the grid. So he's done a pretty damn good job right now, I'd say, to get up into P4, but obviously needs to go and pit, and he'll probably fall down to about P10 to P13 right now, so we'll wait and see. Anyway, though, the Sheep Meals trying to pull away at the minute. Demon obviously trying to make a move on Rose as well, but Rose using his battery, doing his best to get past and maybe into the DRS of the Sheep Meals. I think he's going to do just that, as Rio Harris comes into the pits on the medium tyres, and he will probably go for that set hard at the end of this race. Anyway, though, I think Demon here will probably need to clear Rose now, and I think Rose would also want him to here going into turn 1. He was out of DRS of the Sheep Meals, but obviously with the fast lap there from Demu, he will be trying his best to go after the Sheep Meals here. Obviously on a different strategy as well, so he definitely needs to make up some time if he wants to get higher up on the podium. He didn't get DRS there, but Rose will happily take the DRS off of Demu for his little bit of racing. And right now, Kodoi still trying to run his own race, but he is really getting pushed forward by Exotic there, and I think both of them know who is going to come out on top now. Exotic moves up into MP8 on that slightly lesser worn hard tyre, really, as yeah, he's still realistically trying to fend off Hazard at the minute. I mean, Hazard can't really get further ahead or anywhere closer to Kodoi at the minute. Yeah, look, he's a bit wide there. Hazard trying to hug the inside. But meanwhile, though, Aiden picked up bounty in the lead of this race. Obviously, he needs to go box again at some point. Henson also might need to box in at some point, but he has got his teammate ahead of him. Possibly can make some team orders. Let's have a quick look. Will Hazard try and get out of the way here of our Henson? Here we go, yeah. Hazard decides that's a better thing for his team, and I believe that is the exact case here. Haas really wants to maximise points here, so he definitely does not want to hold up his teammate, who could be able to do something, you never know. Obviously, I don't know these guys as where, but looking like it's pretty damn high from all I'm seeing. I want to say our Henson's here for only about 3 laps, or 4 laps, actually it's 4 laps pretty much. Be hard to judge, but I'm going to say probably about 30%, all things considered. I mean, quite a lot of people here on these really high up hards. I mean, they'll probably be feeling the pressure here with punctures in the wing. I think Aiden can realistically go like 1 more lap maximum and it'll be okay. But yeah, I think Kodoi as well, the tyres could look very glistening and go onto his point of view. It looks bad. So we're just going to wait and see when they pit. But I'm going to say about 30%. I think that's a pretty reasonable thing for me to say. But anyway, though, yeah, I think that was Rio Harris there, past Blackburn. Blackburn already struggling a little bit on their medium tyres. And Rio Harris getting them hard tyres warmed up pretty well. Skills down, also past Hazard there. But there's actually a bit of fighting going on between our Henson and Kodoi. A little bit of a pinch there from our Henson, and Kodoi had to back out. But now Skills down is right at the back of him here. Skills down on the inside. He's going to make a quick mark here at Kodoi. Will this be what Hazard now needs to try and get ahead? Kodoi tries to hang around the outside. It's a bit of wheel banging as well. Let's see from Kodoi's point of view. He looks to be okay. I don't think there's any damage on the car. But Hazard doing his best now to try and find any sort of way past Kodoi. He might be able to do it here now on the inside. At point when he's going to try and commit. This is a great race between the pair of them. Kodoi gives him just enough space. That was a great move there from Hazard on the inside of Puon. Brilliant stuff there from the Haas driver. And he's going to move up into P11, but obviously he needs to go pit again. I think the thing he needs now is that safety car to come out. And I think that's the same for Rose and Aiden out in front of us. Sheep Meals has now caught him And Rio Harris has also now caught Rose here. Or big block up there though from the Mercedes driver. Will he come into the pits? Yeah. He does not want to deal with any fighting at the minute. Aiden, though, probably just trying his best to go and just go that little bit further in this race. Rio Harris set the fast lap in the race. As I say that though, will Aiden try and take DRS in? No. Looks like the Sheep Meals will take the DRS, but will he really be able to actually get ahead of Aiden here? Will Aiden just dump the battery? Looks like he is. I mean, Aiden at the minute could be ahead of Rashik Meals by the end of this straight. I mean, obviously Rashik is pulling out now, but let's have a look. There's a bit of a yellow flag here, though, as that is, I believe, B French, who's had a bit of an issue, but no, Rashik Meals eventually does get past Aiden there on the straight, and he's to move up into the lead of this race that he lost initially. Was also a bit of a corner cut there, I think, but doesn't matter, though. He is up into P5, at least for his sake, it doesn't matter, because he has cleared Blackburn in the Sauber there, and I think, yeah, definitely not going to be any sort of fight back here from Blackburn, at least for the minute. He'll probably wait till the end of the straight. Budget Bruce so past Hazard's bit of contact there, though, as we saw Budget Bruce lift his hand up. There's even further contact there. Hazard going a bit off into the gravel. Obviously, Budget Bruce on the fresher tyres than Hazard, so maybe Hazard's trying to fight back as much as he can, maybe even for his teammate there, Henson, because Hazard here, if he boxes, he is going to be well down in the lower positions here at the minute. I mean, obviously, probably trying to wait out for the safety car, but yeah, quite rough if he hasn't. He's probably just trying to hold up as many people as he can to try and help his teammate out here. As Coldpillow now is his next, I guess, target to hold up, if that is the case. But Henson here gets 3 second penalty, so that might impact the Haas's race quite a lot. I would say definitely quite a lot, as Aiden finally peels to the pits. He's one of the only people to not box now. Hazard, unless he boxes this lap, will be the last person to come to the pits there, as Coldpillow just sails past Hazard down this straight. Not really too much else going for him at the minute. I mean, unless he wants to hold up, see the drama, or maybe he wants to go and send it here on Coldpillow. Let's have a look here. Hazard trying to go for it, fakes a move, but I don't think he's going to be able to find anything else. So Coldpillow does go a bit deep. Let's see. Yeah, no, Hazard stays out. He will probably have the longest stint of this race, unless some of these people here keep going. I believe Hazard will be very close to the longest stint in this race. But he's not doing too bad at the minute. As Rose and Skill stand that was. I don't know what happened to Aiden, but he's just, he just dropped there completely. As Henson now has got some serious competition here. As Skill stand is going to probably breeze past him, but let's see, is he going to find anyone else down the end of this straight? Rose knows it's pretty crucial to make the move. He's going to go on the inside here. Henson leaves into space. Aiden trying to go around the outside as well. He's half forced off there. So I don't know what's going to happen, but Henson looks to be all okay, but he's well over the curve there. Will he let Aiden back through? He might have thought that's not really fair, Aiden, there, what Henson did. But I think Aiden, yeah, he looks to be pretty fine at the minute. Looks to be okay. There's a bit of moves going on up ahead as well. Rose past Skills Dan, which is pretty big, to be quite honest with you. I mean, Skills Dan, yeah, started 8th. Rose from 20th. He's currently, well, obviously going to the end of this race as well. Skillsan might have a few issues with tyre wear by the end of this race, we don't know. But Rose, we know he's going to the end of this race. Unless there's some really bad things that happen to him. Exotic Sword's also ahead, really struggling on them hard tyres now. So that'll be a P6 of Rose eventually. And Blackburn might need to pit again, or he definitely will need to pit again, I feel like. I think he did double mediums actually. So I think he definitely needs to come pit again at some point. Yeah, here we go. Blackburn coming in on pretty much on cue there. Is Rio Harris and D-Move now trying to fight. D-Move had the initial tyre advantage now, but obviously is starting to struggle. And I don't know if he's actually going to go to the end of the race at the minute, but he definitely might need to box once again on the medium tyres. Rio Harris is going to go through by the end of this straight. I'm not going to need to watch that one there. Is Rose really closing up to back with Exotic Swords too. We'll watch though anyway, as Demon actually trying to fight it back there, as Rio Harris actually have to lift too. So never mind, maybe it's a bit more fight in this one. And D-Move tries his best to keep it going around the outside, might get a bit forced off there, no. But never mind, it's actually turned into a bit of a bigger scrap than I thought. D-Move and Rio Harris going side by side now. Rio Harris trying to break late round the outside. William has high grip to do so. It looks like he's gonna. Brilliant move from Rio Harris, but that was actually a lot more dramatic than I thought it was going to be. I thought Rio Harris was going to sail past, and that was it. But no, big fight there from D-Move. Obviously, probably trying to help out later on in the race when he tries catching back up. But yeah, crazy stuff. As Hazard actually, while we were talking about that, goes into the pits. He's down to P16 now, so no more hash shenanigans for the minute. But meanwhile, the other side of the Haas garage, though, are Henson trying to catch up to Aiden at the minute. But Aiden, with those only 1 lap old mediums, he's definitely going to pull away from the Haas behind. He's going to set his sights forward instead on the McLaren of Skills Dan and the Aston of Exotic Swords. He probably won't set himself any higher, I don't believe, unless Demon comes in, who I actually believe might this lap. Let's have a quick look on board with the B Cup driver. He'll definitely drop out the podium positions here. And here we go. Yeah, he's only going to drop out the podium positions. I don't know where exactly he'll filter out, but it's going to be a bit hard with the move here. Obviously out, yeah, off the podium. But I don't know if he takes on softs here, another set of mediums. The track record here says mediums. I mean, yeah, looking at 7 lap old mediums there, and he's going to go on to another set of mediums as well. I don't think people are going to really choose the softs unless they sort of have nothing else to really go for. I think Exotic being a prime example here. He's got a penalty already. Will he go for it? No, goes on to another set of mediums. I think it's pretty also easy to say no mediums as well. I know easy to say no softs as well, because people, they've already used them on their qualifying laps. So, yeah, nothing really else going for him. But here's interesting. He moved up in P5 after pitting, so he's got a pretty damn good gap actually. After all things said, yeah, crazy something from D-Move. There's our Skills and our Henson also right next to each other at the minute. But I think right now actually our Henson, yeah, he's currently still net P7 at the minute. I mean, obviously some people will need to go and pit again. Rose legitimately up in P4, I believe, because I think he might try and go to the end here, even if he just manages these tyres. It's a lot better than pitting again, I feel like. So he just won't be able to find all that pace for the end of it. Cold Pillow, ooh, really big bit of contact there with him, Hazard and Budget Roos. I don't know what happened, but crazy stuff there. As it looked like everyone was just getting all out of shape. Down the straight, I don't know what happened, but crazy. There's our Henson here, still trying to stick on the back of Skills Dan, but Aiden behind, probably getting really frustrated now in the Sauber. He knows he's got some quicker tyres, he knows he's got the softer tyres. And it isn't really working for him a minute. The dirty air of that Haas is doing wonders, and obviously staying in DRS is helping our Henson's race too. So let's see, will Aiden try and find any sort of moves down here? He's got less battery than our Henson as well. So really interesting stuff to think about here. As we can possibly see him move down the inside, nothing's going to happen at the minute. Skills though looking pretty slow. No, our Henson decides to bail. He is not going to go for the one stop. Our Henson has to pit again. He'll probably come out at about P11, P12, but I think for this rate, he'd much rather that than having his tyre blow out on him in the last few laps of the race. Let's have a look now. What tyres will he put on? Will he put on the soft tyres? Let's have a look. No, it's the mediums. I think no one's going to really trust these softs. The tyre wear is just so high. I don't think anyone will really go and try and trust these tyres at the end of things. He'll come out, I believe, in P11. He'll be damn close with Kodoi. Let's see now on the X. He's right there with him. He just won't get ahead of Kodoi, but he'll be very much side by side with him now as Kodoi trying to lift her, I think, with DRS. And I think our Henson's having absolutely none of it. He's also lifting. A bit of DRS games there between the pair of them, as they do lose time to the cars out in front. But now Kodoi really wants to defend here. He wants to be ahead of our Henson. Our Henson doing his best to try and now catch up. Let's see it now. Kodoi moves back towards the racing line. He's played that one pretty well there, actually. But never mind, he goes wide. All the good work undone there for Kodoi. After all the work trying to DRS chicken him, unfortunately for him, he goes wide. Our Henson goes through. And that's his defence of P12, or no, P11, sorry, over. However, though, out in front, Skills Dan, pretty much being just as much of a frustration at the minute to Aiden here. Just like our Henson was, just not really able to get past at the minute, as Blackburn, his teammate, now soaring up to the back of him too, as Exotic Swords gets past Micho Capo. I think both of these two looked like a bit more of a let-by there from Micho Capo. Actually decent racer as well, I believe. He's climbed up quite a few positions. Never mind, he's only climbed up 2. I thought he qualified a bit lower, but never mind. Oh, anyway, though, hold on a minute. Skills down on Aiden. Aiden looks like he's really trying to go for a move there now. He moves past the slab on the medium tyres without any DRS there, so brilliant stuff from him. Will Blackman maybe think of a move now into this turn? No, but I think that's Cold Pillow or Chiaku round. Let's see. Who was it? I don't know. Looks like Chiaku there. He's still ahead of Kadon. Never mind, I just said that, and now he's been let by. Never mind. He might be ahead of B French by the end of this, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, though, this is the fight we're looking at. Blackbone, Hayden and Skills Dan. Who's going to come out top going towards the com. Don't think Steel's Dan's going to be, because Aiden's sword passes here. Will he even be his second person here? He might not be. Blackburn on the inside, just manages to sneak through there. The Salvers with a coordinated attack there. Double pass down to Campbell Straight, and they're going to lead P6 and P7 now as they head into the final few laps of this race. Obviously penalties as well, but they will be, well, trying their best to work together now as Skills Dan falling off quite a bit. I mean, he's on the up on hards, but wow. Like, I mean, the fall off here is pretty crazy already. As Sia Jama, Hazard and Bruce all fighting once again. Bruce getting rude on Hazard. Sia Jama does his best trying to defend, but I was a bit rude there. Having a little bit of a hit on Hazard there. As Hazard trying to go down the inside here. Budget Bruce trying to hold on to that 1 point as Chiaki retires for a session eventually. Unfortunately for him, he was too far down in order to really feel like continuing. Anyway, though, Budget Bruce really holding off Hazard here. Hazard on the inside. Will he try and commit to it? It's going to be very damn close. Budget Bruce goes wide. Hazard might argue that's a little bit dangerous and a little bit annoyed. He'll definitely feel a little bit annoyed anyway, sorry. Obviously trying to find that sort of move. And the only reason why he's been saved there is that he's gone off the track. But at the minute, he's still well on through. And still trying to chase down Sia John around in a minute. But yeah, only 4 laps to go now. Race kind of gone quite quick, in all honesty. Typically talk about all the fights and all the strategies, that now there's only a few laps left. No one else is really going to try and pit, I think, unless some people just want to do those last few laps. So maybe they want a fastest lap, or their tyre weight is just too high. We don't know. But anyway, Blackburn, what we do know anyway, is going to soar up into P6. So ahead of Aiden now. I think these two are going to try and work together. I think they should try at least bridge the DRS gap to Skills Dan. So at least make it a second plus behind, and then try their best to work together to see if they can pull out 3 seconds for the pair of them there. There's actually our Henson here. Mucho Capo looked like a bit of a rude defence there as well. Obviously, our Henson trying to make some moves going up into P10, possibly P9 by the end of this race. Let's have a look. But yeah, our Henson obviously made a penalty for 1 and for 2 there. The Aston Wall at the minute, Exotic Swords being held in that P9 spot by his teammate Mucho Capo. Let's see if this fight gets any more spicier by the end of this race. But right now, Kick Salvers not really working together as much as I thought in a minute. I mean, obviously, yeah, they've dropped DRS Skills down, but not really anything else going on in a minute. Divu also as well, after him trying to push for quite a bit of time here, 3-second penalty. So unfortunately for him, even if he does get past Rose here, it's very unlikely he is going to get anywhere further than P5 in this race. As Aiden looks like he's trying his best to use all his battery to keep in DRS at the minute. Aiden wanting to also pull away from Skills Dan, who has, you know, no penalty at the minute. But he's not what the XC he wants here, Aiden, and that is to be him out of DRS as well. So he's able to try and fend for himself here and pull away naturally from Skills Dan. Kane picks up penalty as well there, down to P17. But not really going to do much to his race at the minute. He's quite a way away from Colpillo behind. But actually, I think he's boxed again, has he? I believe he has, yeah. Only 3 laps on a medium tyres. I believe that is a definite second stop for Colpillo. Let's have a quick look anyway. As we go watch our heads here, look like he's going to get past Lucio Capo now. Probably with no sorts of collisions here anyway. And yeah, here we go, Lucio Capo down into P11 here. As we head into the final few laps of this race. Budget Bruce also actually in the point at the minute, but that fuel light has been on for quite a while here. I mean, if I take off the telemetry, he is about 0.1 laps behind on fuel, so he'll definitely need to do a little bit of fuel saving, but I think as long as he does that correctly, he should be all good to the end of this race. Budget Bruce looks like he'll at least cover off Hazard for the final point, but obviously with that penalty, there will only be 4 on track. Post-race, it looks like Hazard's going to try and claim a heap of points at the minute, as I think Sia Jama and Budget Bruce, yeah, both the penalties are within Hazard's range of being overtaken. So, yeah, Hazard sort of realistically either needs to sort of sit there for a minute. Actually, hold on a minute, I believe, oh no, Sia Jama's well behind Colo, ignore me. But yeah, we'll probably see sit behind here and just make sure his pace is good enough to get those last few points. But yeah, these guys at the back here, unfortunately for them, they are not really doing anything else too much at the minute. B French, K-Dom and Copillo, all three of them just sort of struggling here at the end of it, unfortunately. There were 6 extra penalties as well. But someone who hasn't really struggled at all. I mean, they're on the penultimate lap already. But yeah, someone who's not really struggled at all was Sheep Meals. Once again, looks like a pretty much flawless race from him in a McLaren. Rhea Harris in P2 at least climbs up decently after all the things that happened to him in qualifying there. Obviously, taking P6 by the end of things, he definitely had a bit of an off in his final lap too. But yeah, he's up in second, so pretty easy stuff there. And Wisburn in P3 finishes where he qualified. Rose though, obviously trying to make that a bit different, up in P4 after being disqualified. So yeah, crazy stuff and Rose is able to maybe make it work. But yeah, you're sort of starting to get the feeling here at the minute that Rhea Harris is going to feature on every podium here with Sheik Meals. Whenever he races also is going to be doing some bits out in front, and that is exactly what he's doing. He obviously won the last race by, I want to say, over 10 seconds definitely, and now he's going to win it by roughly 7 seconds if he keeps the gap. Rhea Harris also, believe, has now anyway finished on the podium for every race. I believe you got a P3 in the first race around Bahrain, or it might have been P4 actually, never mind. I don't know what happened, but I think he might have had a P3, but definitely he's had a podium in the last 2 races, and this is going to make it 3 on the bounce for Rhea Harris. It's actually Budget Bruce picked up another penalty, so not as he fell away from C.A. Jama, as with Hazard here, but yeah, he's definitely not going to be scoring any more points here if he just carry on like this. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, C.A. Jama, 2 seconds clear already of Budget Bruce, and definitely clear of Hazard as well, as Hazard's, I believe, 3.8 back now from him. But anything interesting at the minute? D-Move currently in DRS and Rose, but obviously with that 3-second penalty, unless one of them is not it, so that's a big snap from D-Move. He needs to be off the track. That's not going to be anything else now. But yeah, unless any of those penalties are not correct, then D-Move will not really be needed to fight this one with Rose, and he definitely can't really fight this one now, as we're already on the final lap and doing our best to at least stay on the track now. But no, as I say that, Cole below is just slowing down. I'm not sure why. Maybe actually, I think he's seen a leader, Rashik. He wants to try and slow down here to make sure he doesn't do any more laps in this race. As we actually come to Rashik now, going around the final few corners. He's going to see his stop Ferrari. He's already weaving across the track. Yeah, the stop Ferrari Copper just wants to get this race over and done with. I do not blame him. But anyway, though, Rashik rounds final corner. He's pretty much been untouchable this whole race and qualifying session. Rashik wins 2 in a row now in Belgium, and Rhea Harris is going to settle for another podium there, 3rd one in a row at Spa here. Wisburn is going to finish in P3 as his teammate actually just crossed the line after all of that. I think I actually thought that was Wisburn for a second, but yeah, he's going to finish P3. Rose P4, D-Move in P5. Rose actually with a great recovery, and D-Move with the 2-stop, as the Blackman with the 2-stop actually. He's weaving a bit too much here actually, hold on a minute. No, Blackman's fine actually. He finishes P6. Great never actually kicks out, but P6 and P7. Skills down almost gets 8 and across the line, but Skills down is going to finish P8 after all of that. Henson and Exotic are going to be right next to each other here, but Exotic is going to finish P9, Henson in P10. Mucho Capo is going to finish just outside the top 10. I think he definitely wanted the top 10 here, but he has got points for, I believe, the first time now. Anyway, though, Kodoy, we're going to keep going through the rest of this result here. Kodoy is going to finish at CDA Drama, and CDA Drama is trying to finish the race now. P12, P13 for them. Budget Bruce going to finally get ahead of Hazard, though. Unfortunately, Budget Bruce wasn't able to pick up the last point in the end, and that goes to Hazard. And that is your race done, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very quick race, all things considered. Yeah, crazy stuff, I think. Yeah, I really wish there was more stuff to say about that one, but at least decent fights across most of the field there. Unfortunately, after a few laps out in front, I think it was pretty much sealed what the podium was there. Rhea Harris obviously climbing up early on to take P2. And yeah, Wisman sort of sitting back there in P3, and Rashid just being a bit too far clear of everyone else today. Be nice actually, I can move on the screens. Thank you very much. There we go. Rashik is the winner. Rhea Harris P2 and Wisburn is in P3. And let's see now. Obviously, Rose, I think, will be a driver of the contender. P20 up to P4, almost on the podium in the end of things. But yeah, definitely great stuff from Rose there. DBP5 eventually takes fastest lap with a 45.0. Almost second actually there by Rio Harris in the end, but nothing happened. Blackburn and Aiden, P6 and 7 for Sauber. Brilliant stuff from them. Skills down there in P8 and Exotic in P9. Exotic with a 2 stop there. Asvar Henson, who rounds up the top 10. Mucho Capo just misses out on the top 10 there in P11. And Kodo in P12 on the 1 stop. Celia Drama in P13, just ahead of Hazard at the end of it, who picks up the final point. Budget Bruce falling out of the points in the end of things. The guys who got lapped, Colpillow, K-Dom, and B French. And the two DNFs here, Chiaku and Josh. And that was round 4 of BRL Season 12 around Spa-Francorchamps. Next time out, we are going to be around Silverstone Reverse. So this will be completely new for this game, obviously. Usually we do Silverstone the right way round, but this time we're going to see how reverse track goes, and we're going to see if it's any more interesting. Be sure to tune in for then this time next week. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BR Season 12, Round 4 around Spa, and I thank you all for watching. Goodbye.